Okay, we're going with the quick game preview video this time. We're up to week 16. It is the Vikings at Seattle uh, in the late window tomorrow. Um, can we keep this thing going here? We've it's all in front of us now after the events of last week. We could win out and you know have home field advantage, which is unthinkable. Um, Certainly unthinkable 3 months ago. But we're running on a 7 game win streak. Um, Obviously swept our homestand. Um, you know, but now this is the toughest game that we've had on our schedule in a while because unfortunately Geno Smith is playing. He went out of the game last week against the Packers. Um, Lucky them. Although I mean they were probably going to win that game anyway, but hoping we would get the benefit of playing Sam Howell for 4 quarters. It's not happening. Geno Smith, hot and cold. He could carve you up, or he could have a terrible game. We've been doing pretty good on some of these mobile quarterbacks lately, so hopefully he won't be able to get us too bad. Unfortunately, we do have a lot of injuries. We got Jalen Redmond out. He'd been really showing out the last few weeks. And then Fabian Moreau's out, so that hurts us a little in the secondary. Harrison Smith is questionable, um, and CJ Ham is questionable. So, you know, I think we'll win. I think this will be it'll be a grind. Um, we've actually had we've had like consecutive multi-score wins. I'm guessing it's been quite a long time since we've had back-to-back weeks with multi-score wins, but you know, I think this will be a grind. Of course, we have not won. Seattle has been a house of horrors for various versions of the Vikings for years. We have not won there in 18 years, not since the Chester Taylor 90-yard touchdown run game, which was like the last win that we had that year before that team fell off the edge of the earth. Um, but I think we'll be able to get it done. I think our offense has been playing very hot. I mean, even last week, like we were a little shaky, but we still scored 30 points. I mean, I think you know I think we'll be able to put up points. Maybe it'll be a little bit of a shootout type of game. Seattle's been very surprised. I mean, these might be the two most surprising teams in maybe all of football for for one thing. I mean, I thought obviously I didn't pick the Vikings to have much of a season, and Seattle I picked to have even worse of a season. I thought they were going to take a big step back with Pete Carroll retiring, and then who the hell's their coach? I forget. The guy they got from Baltimore. I forget his name. Um, um, but they've been good, and of course also they're fighting for their lives because they are, I believe, tied with the Rams in the division. They've actually, Seattle's actually led that division much of the season, um, but now they've been caught by the Rams, and the Rams are red hot, and I believe the Rams are playing at the Jets tomorrow. So you know, not a lock that they're going to win that game, but a decent chance they're going to win that game. And Seattle's probably only got a chance to get into the playoffs if they win the division. Um, you know, there's a chance maybe that um, Washington could still miss the playoffs, and some team could pop up and catch them. But that's their best. This is their best chance. I believe it's also their home finale. So they're going to really be playing in a serious, desperate state. Um, so the Vikings are going to have to play really, really good. This is going to have to be their best game of this whole stretch. Um, we're not going to be able to take a half off before we get it going. They're gonna have to play good right from the start. Um, I think it'll be a grind of a game. I think this is gonna be like a 31-24 type of game. I think hopefully we can get some turnovers. Help us out. Um, and obviously we're still fighting for everything here because um, Lions played at the Bears in the early window, so we might know by kickoff if I think it's a very minuscule chance that the Bears are going to beat the Lions, but if they do, we could really be put in a position, um, to have a real shot at this. And then the Packers have a home game on Monday night against the Saints, which is practically a lock for Green Bay. I think the Saints have just completely collapsed, and who even knows who they're going to be starting at quarterback. I mean, so the Packers are going to win. So we among other things, we want to keep ahead of the Packers because then next week we got them here, and we don't want to slip up and be passed by the Packers. Although at this point, it's not a lock as far as like if we end up as a wild card, 5 seed versus 6 seed, who's going to get the better matchup? Who knows now? For a long time, it looked like okay, that like the lowest division winner was going to maybe be a team that won 9 games, but that probably won't be the case now. So, but yeah, I mean, and the Eagles, and we have to follow the Eagles because the chase for the 1 seed. The Eagles are at Washington, which is obviously a very big game for both teams. The Eagles could clinch the East, I believe, in that game, and Washington's fighting for their, fighting to still get in the playoffs and hold off some of these teams like the, whoever doesn't win the West, and maybe if something happens over in the South with the now Michael Penix led Falcons, but yeah, I mean we got to win. Like obviously, again, you win out, you get everything. You lose this one, then you're fighting from behind again. But yeah, I think the Vikings will win. I think they'll win it in a little more of a shootout type of game, like 31-24, which would be 8 in a row, and we'd be 13-2, and that would be that'd be only like our third or fourth 13-win season. And obviously they didn't play enough games to have 13-win seasons. A lot of those Bud Grant teams would have won 13 games, but I still think this team is kind of ascending, and and I mean, you got to be, as a Vikes fan, you got to be dreaming now about the possibilities of home playoff games, maybe multiple home playoff games, maybe hosting an NFC Championship game. I've been thinking about that for a week now since we caught the Lions for first place. Like we've only been able to do that one time in like almost 50 years. Like that's a big part of the reason why we haven't made it to a Super Bowl, because we're always playing these damn conference title games on the road. But it's all there for them if they can keep winning, and I think they will keep winning. This week, and then that sets up the big Packer game next week, and then what could be the flex game for Sunday Night Football in Week 18 in Detroit. And go Bears, go Saints. I guess. I mean, they're not going to win, but go Commanders. Who else are we rooting for this week? I mean, I suppose just any NFC team we want to lose, I suppose. But yeah, 31-24 Vikings, and let's keep it going.